Welcome back, everybody. It's Rama from Junk Journal Divas. I want to start off by showing you these beautiful trims. I had Sheila from Boho Daydreams. I will put her link in the video description. She has the most amazing packages of trims. So I asked her to make me something with reds and cream colors. So just take a look at all of these. So what I want to do is pick some of these out. Look at these, how gorgeous. I want to use some of these to make some boho beads and some fun dangles and things for holiday. To make the boho beads, the first thing that I want to do is, some people use a straw, but the thing about a straw is fabric doesn't really stick to it very well. So I found that just rolling up, this is some that I have from my last time making boho beads, and it's just a book page that I rolled up. So let me see what I want to pick out to work with here first. I want to make sure that the trim is going to fit around the straw or whatever it is that I wrap the fabric around. Try this one, if that will work. You pick a cream color. I might just cut a little piece of this one off and try that first. Tie this package back up and set it aside. So you guys, I'm showing making the paper straw, but I had an aha moment and I realized I could use double-sided sticky tape to stick the fabric to my straw. It's so much easier and you don't have any glue. I have my Mod Podge fabric glue, which is the fabric glue that I prefer because it doesn't have that really gooey gel kind of texture. And I'm kind of at the end of my little jar here, so let's get some of this out. Cut this about here. I'm just going to glue this onto here. You know what, next time I'm going to use my double-sided sticky tape. I bet that would be much easier. We already started this, so let's continue here. The double-sided tape is going to be so much better. But this is already done, so I'm just going to kind of squash it, hold it, and just kind of keep rolling it and holding it as I go. So I have this piece left over from making my fabric trees. It was just laying here, so I thought, let me use this. Okay, so I'm going to put some double-sided tape on one little end here. And you guys, this is a game changer because the last time I made these, I just used glue, and just from doing one of them, I had so much glue all over me. Now, I think the best thing to do would be to go right along this edge here with another piece of it. So if you can see where I put it, I kind of went over top, overlapped a bit there. Okay, that's awesome, you guys. So much easier. Then I'm just going to cut this excess part off. Excellent. So we have two. And now that I'm using the double-sided tape, I can probably just use a plastic straw. See, I'm learning as I go here, just like I always do. Okay guys, so now that I finally figured this out, I have my plastic straw and I'm just doing the same thing. I put the tape right onto the straw and then I'm just cutting off the excess, and then I have to put another little strip just for the very end to hold it together, and this is so much easier. Okay guys, so now that have our straw and cut it into the length that you want. I usually do it around, I don't know, an inch, inch and a half or something like that, depending on how long your journal is, because you're going to have beads here, and if you add dangles, it's going to be pretty long. So I have my piece that I cut, and I am going to walk you through how to do one. And now there's different things you can use. You could use a cord cap on the end of these, and just some examples of those. They are the little end things that kind of look like a tassel. I also just used these for my tassel video that I just did. These are the other ones. So if you can see, it already has the little loop thing at the top of it. I kind of prefer the beads that the boho beads I make without those. But so what we're gonna do, I'm gonna start with 20 gauge wire, and I use this wire because it's thick enough that you can bend it and it holds, but it also beads fit through it. I'm just gonna cut a piece of wire here, and I'm gonna go ahead and make a loop at one end. I'm gonna use my round nose pliers here, and I'm gonna pinch it at the very, very tip of the wire. And then I'm gonna roll it towards me. And then I'm gonna let go, pull it back, pinch it again, and roll it. And I mean, you can continue doing this. You see now it's on the second loop there. So this is what we have. I'm gonna pinch it right there, and then I'm just gonna pull down to straighten this. Okay, so this is what we have. And now we can start assembling our beads onto here. So usually I'll start with, at the ends, I'll put a seed bead or something really small. Go with this one. And then just in case you don't know, there are different things you can put between the beads. Now if you look here, there's a silver one right here and also right here. Those are bead spacers. And then they also have bead caps, which are these guys that are kind of domed shaped. I have my little bead on here. So next I'm going to I'm gonna see what this looks like if I put the caps on both sides of the white bead here. I'll show you and see if we like the way it looks. Okay, so it would look like this. So now I'm just going to continue and repeat this on the bottom. So this is what we have so far. Then I'm going to take my pliers and I'm going to grab this at the end. I want to leave a tiny bit of space to allow for my bend. So maybe like about there. And then I'm going to bend this and make a really nice sharp angle. That's what we have. And then all we're going to do now is we're just going to take this and make it into a loop. So I don't need all this. I only need maybe about that much. So I'm going to cut the rest of this wire. Now to make our loop, I'm just going to hold this so that it's facing away from me and pinch the very, very end. And I'm going to roll this towards me, let go, Go back and get more of the wire, roll it towards me until I'm right on top of that bead. And then there you go. So here we are, and we're all finished with this. So once you get to this stage, the next thing I do is you could take a piece of wire, put seed beads on it, and you could wrap the wire with the seed beads around your boho bead. Easier version of that, I'm going to show you. Fuzzy yarn. This stuff is great. It is, I mean, this, you can't get any easier than this. Start at one end. I'm gonna wrap this right between the bead and my straw and hold it. And then I'm just going to just wrap it around so you get to the bottom. Then I'm gonna go around this part nice and tight. And then I'm gonna wrap again, going up. Once I get to the top, I'm gonna cut this, and I'm just gonna tie it. So this is what we have. And we can trim this if we want. I don't even mind it hanging off, but we'll trim it a bit. So there we go, and it just kind of adds a little something. And this is what I was saying, we don't even have to worry about the part, you know, making sure that's closed the whole way, because it's going to be tied around with either fuzzy yarn or some wire. So let's make another one. Okay, for this one I'm going to use these beads, and I have these spacers to use. And this is my straw, covered straw. So again, I'm going to start with a piece of wire. I'm start at the end, roll it towards me, let go, go back and pinch it again, roll it towards me. How it is right now, I'm just going to pinch it where the two wires are coming together here, and then just pull this straight down. This is what we have. I'm going to do the red. I'm going to do this cap on top of the white bead. And let's see. So that's what we've got. Get my straw. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side of it. Same thing, I'm going to pinch it here. I'm going to leave a little bit of space because I'm going to wrap some stuff in between here, and so I want to make sure I leave enough room for that. So hopefully that's enough. And I'm going to do my sharp bend here. Okay, I'm going to cut. Start at the end, and then I'm going to wrap towards me, let go, wrap towards me. This one, see, it's a little wobbly here and in between. So what I like to do is you can use fuzzy yarn and kind of wrap around there, and it kind of fills that space in. So I have this stuff that's on a wire. Since this is kind of thick, and it's a wire, I'm just going to twist it at the top here. So I'm not going to do the thing where I wrap down and I wrap back up and tie it. I don't think I need to do that much. So I just wrapped around the top here. And then I'm going to take it and wrap down. And then let's cut this excess off here. And since it's the wire, I can just take this end, round nose pliers, and kind of grab that wire. And if I twist it, then we can make sure it's not going to be poking out at all. So now that I twisted it, I can go ahead and tuck that in. Here we go. Super cute and easy, right? So now I can put a little charm or something here and just a bulb pin or however you want to attach it at the other end. I made the dangles here, so I just need to have some dangly things at the bottom of them. These guys, and then I also need to wrap beads around them. These guys done, and I'm gonna put these off the bottoms. But what I want to do right now is I'm finishing up these guys. So I put the caps on, and on the end I put a little dangle and a gingerbread man on all of these. So for this I just used another ring and connected this the dangle that I put together and the gingerbread man and put them on. So I have 4 of these, and I'm going to put these in my little fabric packages that I'm putting together. I'm going to take a piece of wire and just put some of these seed beads on, and then I'm going to wrap the wire around here. And then I'm going to do the same thing as though I am making my dangle. Got that. And now I'm just going to put some of these seed beads on my wire. Okay, this is probably enough just, to do one of them. Okay, so I'm just going to start somewhere. I'll start at the top here. And then you just start kind of letting some of these beads go, pinch it, and then wrap. Just keep doing that the whole way down. Then I'm coming back around at the bottom. So I'm going to cut this. I'm going to make my loop at the large, thicker end. I'm going to kind of roll in because I'm doing lots of layers. So I want to kind of make a spiral. So as I roll it, I'm just going to pull back a bit. Here we go. And then just kind of manipulate it so I can push it down here. Go. And we have our little loops. I'm going to add a little bit of some fibers to this. A boho bead. Super cute, right? So we have our little blingy beads on there. Gingerbread man. It looks cuter when it's dangling, but you can't see it from that angle. So there's one finished, and now I'm going to do the rest. Look at all of these that I made. So many boho beads. So I have the red ones here, and I added the dangles at the bottom. Now this one is just beads. I have this one. I made this little one with the snowman guy at the bottom. And then I have the white ones here. Lots of boho beads. And these are the ones that we made together step by step. Get that one. And this one. Here we go, guys. I hope I inspired you to try some of these. Once you get going, they're actually very easy to do, and especially now that I figured out using the double-sided sticky tape. Thanks so much for joining me, and I would love to see what you're creating. Come join me in Junk Journal Divas.